So I finished watching Bad Territory, the 8th episode of the third and final season of Star Wars The Bad Batch. So what are my thoughts on it? Well, first, I will be talking spoilers in this video, so if you don't want to get spoiled, I released a spoiler-free review earlier today. It'll be linked in the cards and in the description, so go check that out if you haven't seen it already. In the meantime, brief recap, I thought it was a phenomenal and great episode. I really enjoyed the two plot lines that we got, and also the setup for future episodes, as well as some great character moments. But now we are going to be talking spoilers. So like I just alluded to, there are two main plot lines through this episode, an A and B plot, if you will. Now, I would say, based off of certain things, you might think Hunter and Reko's plotline, storyline in the episode is the A plot. While I think it definitely got the most attention, I actually think it's a B plot because the A plot, I think, dealt with Crosshair and Omega, mostly Crosshair, but I feel like that has the more emotional weight going on. While Hunter and Reko's plotline is still very important for the story, but maybe not as emotionally fulfilling, though definitely advancing more of the overarching plot. So I personally think with what we see with Crosshair and Omega is more important. So I'm going to be talking about that later because I want to keep you guys watching for a bit longer. So let's really talk about what Hunter and Reko get up to. So the episode actually opens first with a transmission from Fee, where she's been asking around about M counts, and all she's found out is that the Empire has a bounty out for M count samples. Makes sense. I mean, we as the audience know that M counts mean midichlorians. We know some things the characters don't. So that bounty is out for any person who might be force sensitive, or anybody who might be a Jedi, or anybody who has any connection to the force, as they are a threat to the Emperor and his plans. Plus, the Emperor probably wants to experiment on them. There's no doubt about that. But anyhow, Omega suggests they find Fennec Shand to see if they can get any information from her on it. Probably because Hunter knew that if he didn't give Omega something to do, she would argue and sneak aboard and follow them. He told Omega to get AZ to look at Crosshair's hand, or more accurately, to get Crosshair to let somebody, namely AZ, look at his hand. But we're going to be talking about it later because that's the Omega and Crosshair storyline. So going on, so they find Fennec Shand, and she says she has the information, and she's willing to give them the information if they help her collect a bounty. So they go to a swamp planet, they demine some mines, they fight off some space gators, quite literally they're alligators, or crocodiles, I'm not sure which. Regardless, that's what these creatures are, it's a swamp, yeah. So once they've collected the bounty, those separating Hunter's like, hey, you still haven't given us the information as promised. Fennec is like, I don't have the information on me. I'll get in touch with you once I get the information. And then she leaves. But she makes a communication. So I thought, like, great, the great betrayal. I don't know if it's necessarily betrayal. The voice is modulated. We don't see who it is. This individual seems to be looking for information about the M count bounties as well. Why would this individual be looking for them? Perhaps maybe she has an invested interest in making sure they don't succeed. Because this sounds like not somebody who is looking to fulfill those bounties, but rather maybe someone who's looking to stop those bounties. Could it be Asajj Ventress? She was a bounty hunter for some time, so she probably has some contacts with Fennec and the other bounty hunters. She knows how to get in contact with all of them. She knows what the bounties are. And given the fact that she's force sensitive for so she has midichlorians, and Quinlan Voss likely survived the Order 66 as well, given his name was in Obi-Wan Kenobi in one of the past safe houses. Maybe some connection there, and they're tracking the bounty so they can make sure the Empire doesn't get them. Maybe I'm giving Ventress more credit than she's due, but she made a pretty good change of heart in Dark Disciple. But I do wonder, could Fennec have contacted Ventress? I think it's likely. I'll be doing a full video breaking that down. But in the meantime, that's where it ends. So Fennec does say she'll give the information she has to her, so to the mysterious person, which I think is Ventress, on these clones so she can track them down. I keep on saying she, but that's because I think it's Ventress. And yeah, so that's what I'm going with. That's my theory. But again, full video coming out tomorrow on that. But now let's actually talk about Crosshair and Omega. So Crosshair actually agrees to have AZ look at his sand. Obviously, all it took was Omega asking. But anyhow, AZ does everything he could, run all the scans, do some minor treatments, and nothing's getting better. at least according to Crosshair. And AZ then suggests that it's in his head. It's a mental condition, which I've been thinking, yeah, obviously all this time. But Crosshair is like, no, it's not, and he storms off. That pretty much confirms to me that it's a mental condition. Well, anyhow, he goes again to try to take do some practice shots, almost like he's trying to see if he can train his hand to be better. And he's still not hitting it as often as he would like. And Omega does tell him he's still better than most, and that's true. And a couple episodes back, when he was doing target practice, AZ told his hit rate, which was still over 50% hit rate. So it's not like he can't shoot anymore, it's just that he's not as accurate as he used to be. It's clear whatever the Empire did to him on Tantus has affected him mentally. He has PTSD, I can almost guarantee you. Now, I have no way of actually diagnosing him, so if anyone who's an actual psychologist and feels like it doesn't violate medical ethics wants to weigh in, please do so, because I think he has PTSD and some other forms of trauma that is negatively affecting him. He's dealing with stuff. Omega has an idea to help him. She gets him to meditate. Now, he's grumpy about it. This is Crosshair, and just the banter between them when Omega's saying you have to trust her on this, and Crosshair says I won't like it, something along that line. Omega pretty much says you don't like anything, and Crosshair's like, yeah, true, which I thought was just so self-aware of him. I mean, it really was. But so she gets him to meditate on Pablo, and Crosshair asks where she learned this. She tells him Kashyyyk from Gunji, one of the Jedi younglings who's a Wookiee, who's now on Kashyyyk. And I really love how they mentioned that, brought that back in, how they play, and how it might help Crosshair. Now, Crosshair's grumpy about it, so that may impact him, but maybe just letting himself relax, rest, think, it might just help him, might make him feel comfortable opening up about his experience, which might be what it takes for him to actually start healing. Because, yeah, whatever's happening to his hand is mental, it's not physical. This episode confirms that. And hopefully someday he will be feeling better. Maybe even if he doesn't get to 100% like he used to be, even if it's just small improvement, that might be that wouldn't be might. That would be actually good for his mental health to see that he's improving himself. Both physically but also mentally, which Crosshair desperately needs. And I'm just going to bring in, I predict that the bad territory, the title, might have something to do with Crosshair's mental health. And I was kind of right, didn't explore it as deep as I want. But yeah, his mental health was addressed. And that's a bad territory for him, personally. And of course, the title is a double meaning, so it's not only Crosshair's bad territory, which actually I think is the secondary, the hidden meaning. The bad territory is actually will Hunter and Wrecker help Fennec find her bounty. That's the obvious bad territory of the title, but the true bad territory of the title, in my opinion, is Crosshair's mental health, or more accurately, his mental illness that is negatively impacting him. But that's all I got for today. I would love to hear your thoughts on bad territory in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. You can also stay up to date on my content by following me on social media. I have a link tree down in the description which has all my social media links on it. Additionally, if you would like to support the channel, you can become a channel member and get early access to all my videos. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you always.